The best of two products, a revolutionary high-fidelity, low-profile Bluetooth wireless speaker with beautiful artwork. Select from a library of artwork or upload your own photos to personalize your experience. Sound Art ushers in an era of invisible, beautiful, and amazing sound throughout your home and redefines your entire entertainment system. The need to reclaim your floor space and rid your home of unsightly speaker boxes that need to be bolted to the wall is now a thing of the past. Our canvas is printed on high-quality permalite by Breathing Color. And select from our gallery or upload your own. Standard sizes include 16 by 20 and 18 by 24 canvas wrapped. Custom sizing is available, as well as surround sound options.
I didn't coordinate that correctly. One second. Okay. There we go. Oh, that's not cool. That's cool. Cross Series League Racing and PitStop TV welcome you to the 14th round of the XSLR on PitStop TV. Emerson Arden with Hayes Booth alongside and Trey Shuttlesworth out around the racetrack virtually grabbing photos for us to enjoy on social media. Lime Rock Park is an underrated American road racing gem in the Northeast. IMSA takes their GT classes for a 160-minute sprint race around the narrow and fast race park. But tonight, the ever entertaining global Mazda MX-5 Cup cars take to the virtual track in some cross-series league racing action. Hayes, what can you tell us about the track these boys are about to tackle tonight?
I mean, these Miatas are, can be simple cars to drive, but at a track like this, they are pretty tough to handle. You can see Big Ben there, turns 1 and 2. Fairly wide arcs you have to take there going through those first 2 corners. Then you head to the left-hander of turn 3, a corner that's sharp but also small. You don't have to completely use the brakes, but you have to slow down a good bit heading through there. Then we head to turn 4, the right-hander. Fairly quick turn, but you also got to slow down a good bit. But the good news about that corner is you can get right back on the gas and keep the car going. Then we have a short straightaway here, a little bit of a mix between S's and a straightaway is what I like to call it. Then we head to turn 5, go uphill, head to West Bend, turn 6. Kind of a wide turn, but not as wide as the downhill into turn 7 at the end of the back straightaway, the widest turn on the track. Depending on the situation, you can be wide open heading through that corner, but you got to be lucky. Sometimes you may go into the grass, but sometimes you can stay on the track. Then we head down the long front straightaway to complete this 1.5-mile racetrack. Right,
so a quick and fun little road course here in the northwestern corner of Connecticut. So we come into tonight again. Only a couple races left in the season. Adam Thompson still the top of the point standings, 7 wins to his name, 73-point advantage over Mike Sorum. Robert Schwenkler still there in third, 100 points back. Gary DiPiero fourth with a win, 105 back. James Truitt, Tyler Coach, Chet Dorenek, they're all in a tight little points battle right there. They're about 159, 165 back. Actually, Dorenek is in his own battle with Lucas Finko. 190 and 197 back is Finko. And then another little battle for 9th, Bobby Ross, Jimmy Howitt. Points are pretty tight everywhere but the top. So there's a lot of inner battles we're going to be watching throughout the night tonight that are especially important to keep tabs on, like Schwenkler and DiPiero, 5 points. Truitt, Coates, 6 points. The Rennick, Finko, 7 points. Ross and Howitt, only 1 point. Again, a lot of inner battles we're looking at here. Top of the standings still can change a little bit, but with only 3 races left, including tonight's race, not very likely. Before we head into our qualifying coverage tonight, just one more reminder. Hayes Booth again on commentary, Trey Shuttlesworth on social media, myself, Emerson Arden, on commentary and production tonight. Make sure you hit up that email address, andrew@pitstoptv.com, if you wish to join our crew. We're always looking to expand our broadcasting arsenal, and hopefully if you have any sort of experience or you want to get into this, just shoot Andrew an email, and absolutely we'll try to get you set up to join us as soon as possible. So let's get into that qualifying coverage tonight. Already laps being turned. Adam Thompson setting one of the fast laps at the beginning here. Actually, Bobby Ross has set a lap time. I'm trying to see if that was valid, that is valid. He has gone top of the charts, Bobby Ross, and he's out there on his second lap right now. Let's see how he is doing. Remember, he's 9th in the standing, so looking for a little decent run here.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely doing a good job here in practice so far. And, like you were saying, just 3 races left in the season, counting this race tonight. Adam Thompson with the 73, I think it's a point lead. So, it's going to be tough to lose, but, anything can happen in 3 races. So we'll see what these drivers can do to take that lead from Adam Thompson. And we'll see how it goes here tonight. 40 laps, like you said, from this racetrack. Definitely a fun track to drive with these cars. Not a particularly long race when you think about it. These guys are running 1 minute-ish lap times. So if you're thinking about it, it's only about 40 minutes, which compared to a lot of other races we have here on iRacing, that's pretty short.
Yeah, absolutely. When you come to officials, it's pretty long. But again, a lot of league races and a lot of races on the channel here on PitStop TV, they are about 1 hour in length. And the race tonight here at Lime Rock Park, again, 40 laps at a track that takes just under a minute. This will be done in a jiffy. I do expect these boys to make 1 pit stop tonight, but even then, it should not affect the timing of tonight's race all that greatly. Expecting about 40 to 42 minutes or thereabouts on the average race time. So it should be fun. 6 minutes left in qualifying. We're here watching Jaden Darling, working his way down the front straightaway into turn number 1. His first lap puts him 7th out of 10 times on the charts. We'll see what the second lap can do for Jaden.
heading into turn 3 here. You can see he runs it right there on the bottom lane, hogging the curb. Working off the corner, heading into turn number 4. Trying to do the same there. The car slides a little bit, and that's another thing that you're going to see a lot of here tonight is these cars really sliding through the corners. It can be tough to turn. As you can see here, this track, and this is the classic circuit here at Lime Rock, so they will not be using the chicane there, which is personally one of my favorite parts of the track. But as you can see here, he heads into turn at number 6. Again, hogging that curb, jumping over it, heading down to the downhill portion of the racetrack through the almost completely wide open portion. And like we said, like I was saying earlier, you can go off into the grass. You just got to be lucky with it. You got to really manage it when you're turning through that corner. It is possible to go completely wide open, but it's not very easy.
It's not easy, and of course you always want to try to do that on your qualifying attempts because of course you're pushing as hard as you can to try to start as high up in the field as you can. But just a little too hard there for Jaden, catching him out there in turn number 7. It's going to invalidate his second lap time, so he will not set any lap time better than his 59.8 that he has already set on his first lap. Right now watching Scott Benavides working his way through the coming up to the halfway point of the course here as we come up to the uphill corner. And yeah, I did some test laps earlier. Man, this car, I mean, you see there's any rear end support there. The rear end support is how much fuel you have in the tank. Man, this car can take off on you there out of 5, here out of 6, or there out of 7. These 3 very fast and sweeping right-handed corners, they can all catch you out. Sometimes I prefer the chicane sometimes. I think in this car, you know, the classic course makes it a lot more fun, but the chicane, man, that's an added passing opportunity. I think now we might be missing tonight with that chicane gone.
It really is, you know, with that chicane, something that I've noticed in races that I've run here, you know, it really allows an opportunity to gain on a driver. If you can nail that chicane, then you can really gain sometimes up to a second, at least, you know, at most from what I've noticed. But, you know, even if it's not a second, you know, a few tenths is, you know, can mean the difference between winning and losing. So it really is a fun part of the track, a fun addition to this racetrack. And it's a little disappointing that they don't have it here tonight, but I definitely think it will still be a fun race to watch here with these drivers that we have running. So here's Gary Annis right now is 12th on the board, about 4 seconds off of Bobby Ross's time.
Catching up here with Robbie Larill, the Texan, here in the 2:13 right now, running 11th, trying to see where this second lap is going to put him right now. His first lap time at a 61.66 or 61.67 actually. So we'll see if he can improve upon that lap time. So he works his way to the back side of the course now. And again, the very fast and a lot of sweeping right-handed corners on this part of the course. Got to really nail all your exits here and not give it a little too much power, not hit a bump wrong in these Mazdas.
Right, that's definitely an easy thing to do, even when entering the corner. I mean, if you misjudge that corner, if you wheel hop in any way, that car can definitely go around on you. And even heading down here into turn number 1, as we're gonna see, you know, it's not the easiest turn on the track. You got to downshift quick. You know, you're full throttle, and then you got to quickly downshift. You got to be careful to not money shift for one. I did that when I was testing here earlier. And not only that, it's easy to lock it up and go off the corner, hit the barriers. So turn 1, I would say definitely a challenging turn, even though it may look easy.
So it looks like qualifying for the most part is coming to a close. I mean, we still have a couple minutes here, but we're still waiting on Truett and Tyler Coates to set times. I don't believe they're going to get 2 laps, and even if they were to take off from this point. So we're kind of in limbo here. So we'll take that quick moment to thank some of the partners here at Cross Series League Racing. And of course, we have Nexus Fabrication, which they provide custom metal fabrication and manufacturing for commercial projects, residential projects, custom projects, signs, furniture, repair work, etc. Make sure you check them out. How about Dangerous? Top is a top 3D visualization firm specializing in high-quality 3D product CAD package rendering services, photorealistic product visuals, and they specialize in automotive subjects and have extensive industrial and commercial product design experience. Let them help you visualize, promote, and communicate your designs. Visit their website at dangerruss.net. They want to shout out the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation, a non-profit, volunteer-fueled organization dedicated to finding cures for Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis, improving the quality of life of children and adults children and adults affected by these diseases. You can donate to the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation at crohnscolitisfoundation.org. Laketown Creations custom builds heartfelt creations using wood and other materials. Family owned and operated, they can turn your vision into a reality. Allied Esports. Running Wednesday through Friday, Allied Esports hosts a trio of series on some of America's best short tracks, paved and dirt. Find Allied Esports on Facebook by going to www.facebook.com/Allied Esports Racing Series. Baker Steel Detailing LLC provides custom shop drawings for fabricators. They specialize in miscellaneous metals, structural steel, ornamental metals, and they are WBE/DBE certified. Acer Engine Supply, for over 30 years, has been rebuilding and restoring engines of all shapes and sizes in the Colorado Springs area. Today, their attention to detail and commitment to customers remains unchanged. From restoring an old classic to getting your daily driver running again, Acer Engine Supply will get you back on the road. Visit them at acerengines.com. And Tamalapis Tanning, they want to shout out Sue for having a happy Mother's Day today from Jaden. Of course, it is Mother's Day Sunday, so big shout out to all these guys being able to just make it out onto the sim. I know a lot of people are out celebrating with their mothers, so a huge shout out to all the mothers who may be watching tonight. Happy Mother's Day to you all. Tamalapis Tanning, TTC Corte Moderna CA full spectrum UV treatments and custom organic sugar-based DHA airbrush solution. Only salon in the United States to offer these services. Red light therapy and blue light therapy beds are also available with a doctor's recommendation. And again, we can't do what we do without the help of our sponsors here at PitStop TV, like Tucson Sound Art. Your picture, your music. You provide the image that you want, and we will custom create a beautifully framed, high-quality canvas with a built-in Bluetooth speaker. And with Sound Art, you get the best of both worlds. Visit TucsonSoundArt.com for additional info, and make sure you use promo code PitStopTV at checkout and receive 10% off of your purchase. Ever wish you could have a race engineer on speed dial? Well, now you can, thanks to RacePace, a driver development service and setup shop all in one. Work with Tyler, a real-world race engineer, to step up your game before your next race. Pick up the pace with RacePace. When it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy. With locations in Auburn, Lewiston, Naples, and Saco, Maine, permanent makeup and cryo in Maine, owner Ashley Boyer is a certified micropigmentation specialist who provides professional, safe, and personalized services. Contact Permanent Makeup and Cryo in Maine at permanentmakeupinmaine.com or call or text them at 207-358-8683. Whiplash Media specializes in various sim racing resources, including paint schemes, stream overlays, iRacing camera packs, and more. The official graphic and camera provider of PitStop TV. You can grab your iBroadcast cameras today at www.pitstoptv.com. And a huge shout out once again to all of our partners here at PitStop TV, Whiplash Media, and all of the partners for Cross Series League Racing for giving us the opportunity to put on the show that we're able to put on every Sunday for each and all of you viewers who are tuning in and come to enjoy a great spectacle of racing. And tonight, these global MX-5 Mazda Miatas are hard at work around the Lime Rock Park. Fun little track and car combination that is used a lot of the time in the Rookie and D-Class Road Series. So a lot of these guys who started, their iRacing road racing careers most likely have driven this car and track combination several times. And I'm sure this could bring back some good or some bad memories depending on the time you had trying to get out of rookie class. But Hayes, when you think of this car and track combination, what comes to mind?
What comes to mind personally for me is winning a race, because I've only run I only have 2 wins in the road official divisions, and they've both been in these cars at this track. So this is one of the few road tracks and few cars in the road division that has been good to me. So I love this car at this track. So and I'm kind of jealous of these drivers. I wish I was racing, to be honest with you. I do love these cars in this racetrack. So I think these guys are definitely going to have a fun time here, and just something about these cars with how they handle it just matches so well with this track surface and with the corners. I think it's definitely going to be a great show that we see here tonight.
Absolutely. Again, I took some test laps earlier, and it brought back some memories. I don't think I actually ever drove the Mazda at Lime Rock Park in the officials, but it was quite the time earlier when I was testing it out, seeing how the track was for all these drivers, getting cameras set and all that jazz. And I'm also envious. I did a little bit of the practice race they hosted earlier. I did not fare too well in that, but I really didn't have fond memories of the Mazda in rookie class. But coming back after a few months, I wish I had better memories, because this is a fun little car.
Yeah, it really is, and it's really, this car can kind of go either way. I mean, either you can run very well or very bad in this car. But it's just, personally, no matter what, whether I'm running bad or running well, it's just a fun car to drive. No matter what track you're at an oval, at a road course, it's just a very fun car, very fun combination of car and track that we have here. So I definitely think that this is a good choice for a car to drive with how this series runs their season. So definitely, look for whoever wins to be one of the fastest guys, because it definitely takes skill to drive these cars at this racetrack and to be able to be fast. So I think whoever wins this race is going to be one of the fastest guys for sure.
Absolutely. I think when I think of this car, I think it is easy to drive, hard to be fast in, because obviously iRacing has this car as one of the rookie series cars, or one of the Mazdas on the service. I can't remember exactly which one. I believe it could be this one as well. I just know there's a lot of Miatas on the service, but nonetheless, they put it in rookie class because it is a relatively easy car to drive. But man, if you want to be fast, you have to be whipping this thing around corners and like no other, man. If you can master the very light rear end of a Miata, man, you're gonna go far.
Yeah, for sure. Even though it is the rookie class car, that doesn't make it easy to drive. It's still just, like we said earlier, the handling can go any way for you. I mean, either it'll be really loose or really tight, and sometimes it can be both in the same corner. So definitely tough cars to drive, easy to money shift in. I've had a bad history of money shifting in these cars, so something else that these drivers are definitely going to have to watch out for, and any driver that drives these cars for that matter. But again, even with the tough condition that these cars bring, it's still just something about them just brings a really good show in almost every race that you have with them. It's just always packed with fun racing, fun side-by-side hard battles, whether it be for last or for the lead. So I expect the same thing to be coming out of this race here, especially with the talented drivers that we have.
So while we got a moment, let's take a look at the point standings once again. And like I said, we're going to be watching a lot of the inner battles in this point standings. The gap between Thompson and Sorum, that I believe may not change very well into, or might not fare very well into Sorum's favor over the next couple weeks, just because of how dominant Adam Thompson has been. But anything can and almost anything will happen in racing, so that's also something to watch out for. But let's talk about that first battle right there in third. DiPiero and Schwenkler. 5 points to in the favor of Robert Schwenkler, but DiPiero starting second. Well, Schwenkler is 6th, so it's going to be go time for Robert Schwenkler in the start if he wants to hold on to that 3rd position in points. And man, the starts here at Lime Rock Park, it's a narrow little track, but if you get a good start, you can try to make some hay in that first section, first set of corners.
You really can, and even starting at the back in a race like this is not necessarily the worst decision. From my experience in the rookie class races, I believe it's been the races that I was able to win, or the ones that I started at the back in, because the drivers ahead had to get things figured out entering the corner. And with the standing starts, I'm not sure if it's the same here, but in rookie class, you have standing starts, so heading down into turn 1, you're still trying to pick up pace as well as slowing down. So it can get really stacked up, and there can definitely be some guys that lose it in the first corner, make contact, and go spinning. So starting at the back in a race like this, not always the worst option.
Absolutely, and you can let a lot of the action happen in front of you, kind of wash off the track with a lot of runoff here. Just take an X and avoid some of the crashes at the beginning if there is some. But it is time. It is that time. Let's go through our starting lineup for tonight's race. And row number 1, Bobby Ross, again with a phenomenal run, down 9th in the standings. How about a pole for him at this point in the season? He'll be starting alongside Gary DiPiero. Row number 2, we're going to find Adam Thompson and Lucas Finko. In row number 3, we're going to find Robert Schwenkler. Hayes?
And to his outside will be Mike Swarm and the number 69 machine starting in 6th. Starting 7th will be Jimmy Howitt, and to his outside in 8th will be Jaden Darling and the number 81 machine. Starting in 9th on the inside will be Scott Benavidez, and to his outside we have Mitch Heller.
We find our way back to row number 6, Robbie Larill. To the inside, Gary Annis on the outside there. There's the Porsche safety car there on the front straightaway, so we will get a full pace lap. And back here at row number 7, Danny Chandler, Chet Dorenick. Row number 8, Tyler Coates and James Truitt. That is going to round out our field for this evening. You see the car is already rolling underway here off the Sam Posey straight here at Lime Rock Park, and we're just moments away from getting this race underway. It's not that long of a track. We'll be racing in just a moment. Let's go ahead.
Yeah, and again,
go for it.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well, we're coming in today. Let's go ahead and look at the weather coming into today's race. And how about it? The air temp 86 degrees Fahrenheit, but that track temp, woo, that track temp is hot. 118 degrees Fahrenheit. If these boys weren't already slipping and sliding in these Miatas, they will now.
May want to look for some melting rubber on the track after this race with how hot that track temp is. Definitely something to look for, as we were saying, heading down into turn 1. The stack up here could be tough for these drivers to handle. You may see some contact being made heading down into turn 1. Going to be a wild start to this race for sure.
Absolutely, and if they, again, part of the slipping and sliding, what's not going to help them is that 12.5 mile per hour wind coming out the northwest. There's some very, very tough conditions for some very difficult cars to drive. It's going to be a lot of fun to see how these boys handle it. But here we go. We're working our way down to the final corner here at Lime Rock Park. The field of 16 Global MX-5 Mazda Miatas, 8 rows deep. The Porsche safety car is going to find the safety of pit lane here off to the right-hand side of the Sam Posey straight. And we are green from Lime Rock. Well, we got a spinner already. That's point leader Adam Thompson going around. Looks like he'll get it back going here, back in the 16th position, but he's got a lot of work. And Mike Sorm, this is the perfect time for him to take advantage of it.
And not the start to the race that our points leader wanted. Already spun out here He's going to lose a lot of time for that from the second position as well, I believe. Let's go take a look at the replay here. Try to figure out how that happened. I believe he just got loose coming off of coming out of turn number 3. Take a look here, or turn 4, excuse me.
Well, here we are. We're gonna ride on board here with Adam Thompson, and again, he was all over the back end of Bobby Ross, and
Yep.
yeah,
As we were talking about, just how quickly the car can transition in handling. It's just one corner his car is fairly stable, the next he's spinning.
Yeah, I mean, these cars, they are tough. And right there, the fact that our point leader with 7 wins on the season was the first driver to go around, man, it makes what these boys are doing remarkable. This is a tough little track car combination, weather conditions, all that. And Adam Thompson, the first one to feel it. And right here at the back of the pack, he's in a tight little group back here with Dorenick, Coates, and Chandler trying to... Adam Thompson trying to find his way at least through this pack before he can really set his eyes on a recovery drive. Mike Storm goes fastest.
Definitely going to be tough to work his way back up there for Adam Thompson, but we'll see if he's got time to do it. We got 38 laps left in this race, only 2 laps in, so we'll see what he can do there. As we now are looking at Mike Storm, the number 69 machine, there in the 5th position, trying to catch up to Finko to see what he can do to get into 4th. Schwenkler 3rd, DiPiero in 2nd, and Ross in the lead by about 0.2 of a second.
Yeah, let's go ahead and see. Let's check in on pole sitter and race leader Bobby Ross. He kind of got upstaged there by the point leader going around, but Bobby Ross doing a phenomenal job. Again, came into this race 9th in points, in his own little battle with Howitt, and he's now leading a little bit of a train here with these, 6 Mazda Miatas down to Sam Posey straight. Right there you see Howitt trying to hang on to the tail of it, but here we go, the Slipstream Fest on the front stretch. This is Mike Storm on Lucas Finko into 1.
Oh man. And again, like we were talking about, it's not hard to overdrive that first corner, but these 2 drivers were able to hang on to it, not go off into the grass or anything, and they are both going to keep it going. Storm makes the pass for 4th. Going to try to run down this top 3 now, and you can see Ross still there trying to pull away from Piero.
Yeah, DiPiero's not going to go away easy here. He's playing all his cards right here. I don't even think he's going to make too much of an effort to overtake here. He might even consider fuel saving. Though, there is going to be 1 pit stop regardless. I think, the amount of fuel you take at that pit stop could vary depending on how much fuel saving you do, and he could try to leapfrog that way by saving some fuel. But right now, kind of just riding about 2 or 3 tenths behind Bobby Ross is Gary DiPiero, but he's got to make sure he doesn't come under attack from Robert Schwenkler, who peeks out and goes fastest across the line that time.
Yeah, 57.94, good lap for Robert Schwenkler. Still trying to see what he can do with that number 17 machine. Gets close here in turn 3, gonna make it stick, gonna ride that curb pretty well here. Made that car stick pretty well. And in turn 4, you can see Schwenkler using all of the curb there as we head down here to turn number 5. Fairly short but wide turn as well. They both get through pretty safely. Actually, the 17 runs wide a little bit. That could open the door for Schwenkler to try to gain some momentum.
Right here looking off the gearbox of Bobby Ross. Looking back at DiPiero and Schwenkler. We'll see if Schwenkler gets the run here through turn 7. Back onto the Sam Posey straight. DiPiero trying to get that slipstream. Bobby Ross not too worried about it. Not even changing his line. Not snaking like you would to try to break the slipstream. Bobby Ross is pretty confident despite having, so many Miatas in close proximity to his rear end.
I think, that's probably what I would do as the leader. Just early on in the race, you don't want to drive your stuff too hard just yet. Don't want to be too defensive too early on. You still got 35 laps to go. So I think whatever he's doing it right. He's been able to maintain the lead, and doesn't seem like he's using his stuff up too hard at this point in the race. So I think what he's doing right now, he's doing it correctly, and it's certainly paying off for him at this moment.
Still in shot there, the top 6, and also 7th place Mitch Heller hanging in there. Let's catch back up with our point leader, Adam Thompson, who's putting on the pressure here on Scott Benavides. Uphill here through turn 5. He's going to clear Benavides.
Yep, and that will put him back inside the top 10. If you look there on the intervals, you can see he's 18 seconds back, which, again, I mean, is possible to make up. It's not going to be easy at all, but he's got, good amount of time left. We're not even, a quarter of the way through this race yet. So, look for Adam Thompson. He's not, I wouldn't say he's completely out of the race just yet.
Oh, absolutely not. When you think about it, 40 laps, that's kind of a long race for these Miatas, but for Adam Thompson, he is oh so glad it's a 40-lap race. He can, get as much of his recovery drive as he can. He could also, strategize where his pit stop's going to be. Maybe he, pits as soon as the pit window opens so he can, spend as much time as he can out there on the track, hot lapping without having to worry about the fuel, or he goes as long as he can, and take, spends the least amount of time on the pit lane. Taking just as much fuel he needs, that he thinks he needs to make it to the end of this race. It'll be interesting to see what kind of strategy that Thompson was looking at coming into the race and will now play out here. Being back here in 8th, he's going to catch an off track right there off of turn number 7, but right now riding in 9th, Adam Thompson is. He has his eyes set on James Truitt. He gained quite a bit just in that last lap.
Right, Adam's got a few options here to try to make up ground and catch back up to the leaders, and I definitely think getting back to the lead, not impossible, but like I said, it will be tough to do. Top 5, however, definitely still possible, about 11 seconds behind 5th place James Howitt. So definitely not impossible to get a top 5, and even the win isn't completely out of the question just yet for Adam Thompson. So you're definitely gonna have to keep an eye on him throughout the race. But back up here at the front, it's a 3-car breakaway between Ross, DiPiero, and Schwenkler.
I mean, so you're here, you're Robert Schwenkler. You think you're faster than these two. You at least think you have the same pace. Are you going to play it patient because, we're on lap 9 of 40? Or because we're on lap 9 of 40, we've already a quarter of the race through, or almost at the end of the next lap, it'll be actually a quarter of the race through. But right now, riding in 3rd, and it's just kind of, he's got the lead in his sights, but he can't do anything with it. What are you thinking? What are you gonna do if you're Robert Schwenkler right here?
Man, I don't know. I mean, I'd be kind of torn both ways because you want to get that lead, you want to lead laps, but at the same time, you don't want to drive it too hard if you don't have to at this point in the race. So, really, I think the best option for Schwenkler right now is just to be patient, stay behind these guys. If they start battling and that starts to slow the two of them up, definitely for sure, at that point you want to take advantage, try to get the lead. But to be honest, I think for now, he just, best option might just be to stay content with where he's at the moment and hope that patience pays off later in the race.
Absolutely. If he is truly faster than the two ahead of him, he can play it a little bit of a...
Oh,
here we go. Yeah, up alongside the 17 of DiPiero into turn 2. DiPiero will hold station. Now we work our way... I'm sorry, that was turn 3. This is turn 4. But DiPiero holds station there in the 2nd position. Brilliant defense. Even though Schwenkler did not have the preferred line, DiPiero will fend off that attack, and it already kind of shows that what Schwenkler's hand is, or what he intends to do with it. At least he wants to move forward. I think he just feels he can't.
Yeah, I definitely think he showed that there. He tried to make a move, just didn't quite pan out. That actually allowed Ross, to pull away a little bit, and we're actually coming up on our first set of lap cars. I believe that's Duranic and Chandler. So we'll see if these lap cars coming up affect this battle at all.
Well, Chet Duranic is off the track, and Chandler.
Oh, so is Chandler.
Oh, right in front of the leaders.
Right in front of the leader, man.
Woo.
Could check him up. No, he gets out of the way.
Wow. What do you think if you're Bobby Ross seeing 2 lap cars go right in front of you?
My life would be flashing before my eyes. It got really close there, but this is actually going to be a tough portion of the track. To try to get by the lap car. Lap car's going to go high, slow down.
Speed right-hander.
Stay out of the way. Oh, actually, almost gets in the way of Schwenkler, it looked like. Kind of a tough, it's a tough thing at road courses, letting the leaders by when you're a lap car, but doing a good job of it. They were able to stay out of the way for the most part and let them continue throughout their battle. And it actually got a little bit spread out there. So Ross was able to take advantage and extend that gap just a little bit more. Same goes for DiPiero and Schwenkler. DiPiero was able to pull away a little bit.
Absolutely. The timing worked out best in the favor of Bobby Ross, and DiPiero and Schwenkler, man. when Duranic caught the grass there off of turn 5 on the way up to turn 6, that alone was enough, I think, that you might have lifted the throttle a little bit, because you never know. When you clip the grass, especially with, the rear tire, the outside rear tire, sometimes that car will snap around just from that contact with the grass. I was actually surprised that Duranic held on to that number 420 Miata coming up the hill this time last lap. But again, just a wonderful job by everybody to avoid one another and to keep racing.
Right, definitely. They were able to manage that fairly well. Did get a little nervous there when I saw Duranic, or no, I believe it was Chandler, go off the track there behind Duranic and come back in front of the leaders. I did get a little bit nervous, but they were able to hang on to it and continue throughout the race. We're just past the quarter mark of this race here, getting closer to halfway. So again, that's man, hard into the wall. Not sure who that is. That's Chet Duranic. He just flies off of turn 1 and goes hard into the wall. We were talking about that earlier. Now, that is pretty easy to do if you drive it in too hard at the end of the long straightaway. Let's go to the replay and take a look at this.
That was a big hit for Chet Duranic. We're going to ride on board on this one.
It's going to be enough to take him out of the race.
All right, I think these guys do have a couple fast repairs.
Oh, yep.
Oh, man.
Clip the grass, and clipping the grass sealed the deal for him there. I mean, that's that little clip there is enough to take the grip away from that car and just send him straight. So he tried to turn away, but at that point, there's nothing you can do. You're just along for the ride. Really unfortunate night so far for Chet Duranic.
Yeah, he just got lapped, and then this big incident here, he's going to use one of those fast repairs. I'm pretty sure they have fast repairs at least, but again, just trying to get the arc into the corner. And like I said, when you get that right, oh my goodness, that outside tire caught in the grass, you then are giving control of your car away pretty much to the grass.
Right. I mean, it's the moment he clipped that grass was the moment that car just, he was all by himself, and that car was just along for the ride. They were both along for the ride. That grass can really bite you at certain points of this racetrack. But we go back to the leaders here.
I've had a lead change.
Oh yeah, DiPiero was able to take the lead away from Ross, and now he's going to be under fire from Schwenkler.
We'll get a replay of that overtake if they stay in the same formation here in the turn 1.
Back to the inside.
Bobby Ross trying to reclaim the race lead all over the inside curbing. Keep it on the track. Ooh, here comes DiPiero right back to the inside.
I'll tell you what, he full-on sent it into turn 1 there, but he made it stick, and he's going to take that lead back. Now Schwenkler's going to try to make a move, and he's actually going to clear DiPiero for the second position. He was able to finally get up to second. Now he's going to see if he can't take the lead back, or take the lead for the first time, I should say. Let's go take a look at that overtake that gave DiPiero the race lead.
Yeah, let's see right here. This is the replay of what happened, and I think that was maybe just an awkward line for Bobby Ross. Maybe a little too much speed on the entry.
Yeah, DiPiero was really able to make it stick there on the bottom. Got a good run through the middle there, and was able to clear him and take the lead. But now he's going to fall back to third. And now we'll see if Schwenkler has anything for Bobby Ross.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see here. Now, Schwenkler was kind of behind DiPiero trying to make the overtake. Never really had the right run to make the overtake. Now he's up in second. Does he have what it takes for Bobby Ross? Like you mentioned, on the pit lane right now, Tyler Coates and Robbie Larrill just took service. He's down and away, and there's caution on the speedway.
Yeah, yellow flag, yeah.
Adam
not
Thompson.
sure. Oh, Adam Thompson.
I
don't know if that was a mandatory caution or
I
not, because the only person I see involved is Adam Thompson.
You know what? Well, I don't know. We're gonna get a replay here to see if this is worthy of a safety car being deployed here at Lime Rock Park. Here, Adam Thompson coming up around.
See,
Oh my
man.
goodness! Oh, don't roll back across the track.
Oh,
Oh my.
man. Oh my goodness. Who was that? We're gonna need to go on board. I believe that was the 9, if I'm correct.
Not entirely sure. Well, let's get another replay and see exactly what happened. But man, something amiss with Tyler Coates there. That was interesting. We're gonna go on board here with the 407 of Tyler Coates first and see what happened with him and Adam Thompson.
So he has to slow down there, and he just gets hooked by Adam Thompson, and then hard into the outside wall, and immediately stops the car. Adam Thompson rolls it back onto the track. I want to see if we can't go on board with the whoever that was that almost hit Adam Thompson.
I believe it was the 5 of James Truitt.
James Truitt, yeah, I think you're right.
Another replay here and see what Truitt saw. Here we go, watching off the front of James Truitt. We'll see how much we can see. You see the 2 up ahead of him. You won't see the initial contact. There's afterwards, and
now watch how close this was.
Oh
man!
Oh my goodness!
If that's not worthy of iRacing Top 10, I don't know what is. That was crazy. You couldn't have fit a piece of paper in between those 2 cars.
That was something, to say the least. We're gonna get one more shot of this overhead and see exactly, because I still don't know exactly what happened.
May need to look at this in slow motion if we can to get the best idea of how close it was.
Here we go with a slow motion replay. We are under safety car, so we're not necessarily missing anything. Actually, some pit services going on. It might jumble the field up a little bit, but we'll recap it before the restart. Here's Adam Thompson, the run on Tyler Coates.
You can see just how much slower Coates was, and I guess Adam just didn't have enough time to check up, didn't expect him to be that slow off of the corner, and I think actually there might have been some net code in there.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, it looked like Tyler Coates just turned left, but you saw the sparks there with, no real contact there before he turned left, and I believe, he was hooked, or iRacing predicted that he would be hooked, and that's what hooked the 407 into Adam Thompson's car.
And that's definitely one of the most frustrating ways for a wreck like that's happening. You can see it coming up. Now here's in my opinion, the craziest part of this incident. See, here comes the 5. Right here, he's starting to check up, and he immediately swerves. And oh man, barely misses Adam Thompson.
Wow. That's all I can say. Phenomenal stuff. So let's get back to what's going on up front here. And we are on V1 to green. It's going to be a single file restart. So let's go ahead and recap where everybody is before we get back to racing here at Lime Rock Park. It's basically going to be a halfway caution. I know it kind of intruded on the first half of the race, but I guess instead of the second half, it would be intruding on the first half. Bobby Ross, the race leader, over Robert Schwenkler, Gary DiPiero. Scott Benavides with a brilliant move puts him up to 4th. Gary Annis in the 5th position. Lucas Finko 6th. Sorum 7th. Howitt 8th. James Truitt 9th. Mitch Heller 10th. Jaden Darling, the last car in the lead lap. I believe maybe he got a lap back, and somebody's off the track under yellow. That is Danny Chandler. Hold on to it, Danny. He will catch that car, and he'll get back going here.
Yeah, and again, not the situation that Adam Thompson was hoping for. That is going to put him out of the race, I believe. So, points leader, not at all what he wanted heading into tonight. And if it finishes like this, he's likely going to lose some ground.
Yeah, unfortunately. We'll have to see how it all plays out here. The iRacing.com Porsche safety car is going to be making its way off of this final corner. It's going to be making that right-handed approach into the pit lane here off the Sam Posey straight. The field now once again in the hands of Bobby Ross, and an unexpected restart at that, but we are green once again from Lime Rock Park.
have somebody here off the racetrack. Not sure who that is.
I believe that was Tyler Coates. That was
Tyler Coates.
Continue on here to top 3. Looks like they're in their kind of own league over here. Scott Benavides, the 5th car physically. He's 4th on the track because point leader Adam Thompson is the 4th car physically in line.
Oh wow, yeah. Actually did not realize Adam was still in the race. So if he can get back up to these guys, he might be able to get one of his laps back.
Oh, Benavides off the circuit.
Benavides off the track.
And so is Truett.
Try to hang on to it. He may go spinning. Oh, he gets into. Hard
no,
into the
big
wall.
incident. Oh, don't come back into
coming
traffic.
Oh man, that could potentially be a caution.
That was Mike Sorum. Damaged. And Truett as well. I'm sorry, not Truett.
Yeah, Mike Sorum is very slow on the track. He may have to slow down and reset.
And it is another safety car.
Yep.
Oof.
That puts us under caution once again here. Second caution of the race here from Lime Rock. It's a good replay here. I thought Benavides had the car saved, and then it just hit another portion of the grass that just really upset that car even more than it already was. See, he runs off right here again. We talked about that, and the car just shoots sideways, and he gets into Mike Sorum hard into the outside wall. Even more contact with the front end and back end of each car. And again, just wrong place, wrong time for Mike Sorum.
That is... Oh, man. I don't know what to make of it. I mean, that's just kind of, what happens on restarts here. It's such a narrow track, and, you want to get everything you can. But, man, it's difficult.
It really is. And we were talking about, that last corner on the racetrack, you can be wide open, but you just gotta really make it work. And we saw, Benavides wasn't quite able to do that, and he went wide off the corner and went into the grass. And like I said, I thought he had it saved, but just that last moment, his car just shot sideways again. And there was nothing he could do, and nothing Mike Sorum can do in that situation. So, an unfortunate situation for both drivers involved. But if I had to guess, we're going to restart with 16, 17 to go, so not a very long way to go after we restart.
Yeah, we'll see what we have in store, but these restarts, it's only going to make these, the intensity ramp up. Here's this race leader, Bobby Ross. He's faking pit entry. Okay, I figured. But I was curious there for a second. I didn't know if they were going to be able to make it on fuel. I think this safety car will make them be able to make it on fuel here, and let's see here, depending on the lights on the safety car, we will get a moment to shout out some of the partners here at Cross Series Racing League. And of course, Nexus Fabrication, provides custom metal fabrication and manufacturing for commercial projects, residential projects, custom projects, signs, furniture, and repair work and etc. Dangerous is a top 3D visualization firm specializing in high-quality 3D product, CAD, package rendering services, and photorealistic product visuals. They specialize in automotive subjects and have extensive industrial and consumer product design experience. Let them help you visualize, promote, and communicate your designs. Visit their website at www.dangerrus.net. Crohn's Colitis Foundation, a non-profit, volunteer-fueled organization dedicated to finding cures for Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis and improving the quality of life of children and adults affected by these diseases. Donate at www.crohnscolitisfoundation.org. Laketown Creations custom builds heartfelt creations using wood and other materials. Family owned and operated, they can turn your vision into a reality. Running Wednesday through Friday, Allied Esports hosts a trio of series in some of America's best short tracks, paved and dirt. Find Allied Esports on Facebook by going to www.facebook.com/Allied Esports Racing Series. Baker Steel Detailing LLC provides custom shop drawings for fabricators, and they specialize in miscellaneous metals, structural steel, and ornamental metals, WBE and DBE certified. For over 30 years, Acer Engine Supply has been rebuilding and restoring engines of all shapes and sizes in the Colorado Springs area. Today, their attention to detail and commitment to customers remains unchanged. From restoring an old classic to getting your daily driver running again, Acer Engine Supply will get you back on the road. Visit them at acerengines.com. And again, from Tamalapis Tanning, Happy Mother's Day, Sue. That's coming from Jaden Darling from within the field here. And once again, Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers tuning in here on Mother's Day Sunday. Hope you all have been treated very well on this day. And hopefully you're enjoying the great show we're putting on for each and all of you spectators tuning in to tonight's broadcast. But here we go. Once again, an unexpected sight. Now a second safety car restart. It is Bobby Ross, the race leader, over Robert Schwenkler, Gary DiPiero, Lucas Finko, Jimmy Howitt. How about it? From 10th position in the point standings right now, restarting 5th. That's going to be a great momentum boost if he can hang in for this top 5. James Truitt, Mitch Heller, Jaden Darling, Gary Annis, the top 9 that are on the lead lap. Danny Chandler, Scott Benavides, 10th and 11th, 1 lap down. Adam Thompson, Chet Thorenick, Mike Sorum, Robbie Labril, and Tyler Coates, the rest of the field. As the iRacing.com Porsche safety car will find its way back into the pit lane here off the Sam Posey straight one more time. It is Bobby Ross II leading the field back to green here at Lime Rock Park. A much cleaner first set of corners for the entire field. They have really single filed really quickly here, and it now comes to what these drivers can do and what these drivers are going to be able to hold on to over the next, well, 16 laps, coming around to 15 laps remaining. And Bobby Ross doing his thing. He's opened up now a 6/10 of a second advantage at the front of the field over Robert Schwenkler. I think that's one of the largest leads he's had today. Bobby Ross has.
Sure, Robert Schwenkler now going to try to run him down. 15 laps remain here from Lime Rock, which, like we were saying, goes by pretty quick. That's only about 15 minutes, roughly, depending on whether we get another caution or not. So, see what Schwenkler and DiPiero, the two guys that have been battling with Bob Ross for most of this race, we'll see what they can do here in these final 15 laps. Finko trying to come up behind him to see if he can become a part of this battle. All these guys back here trying to see what they can do, but it seems like this top 3 have been the fastest 3 drivers throughout the entire race.
Yeah, again, the top 3, they are remaining intact. It's gonna be something to see if anybody has anything to break them up. Lucas Finko, James Truitt, they've been going at it there in the 5th position, along with oh goodness, I can't remember who else was up there, but Jimmy Howitt was 5th. He's fallen back to 6th, but he's hanging station here within the next trio of drivers. And if they have anything, here comes actually James Truitt on Lucas Finko. Does Truitt maybe have what it takes to get down there? He can't. I was wondering if Truitt has any chance to get clear Finko. Does he have anything for the top 3? They continue side by side, and Finko, the beautiful defense as we work our way through turn number 3.
Finko doing a good job holding on to that position. And Truitt's going to try to come back at him after that little that near miss here. He's up inside the top 5 now. So definitely doing a good job working his way up through the field. He's trying to continue his run to get into that 4th position. But Finko is so far doing a good job holding on to that 4th position as we go back up here with the leader Schwenkler about 0.3 of a second behind Ross. Still trying to see what he can do. He's right there heading into turn number 1 as we ride on board with him. You can see him. Ross is just right there in his tracks. He gets a good run. He's able to make it stick here. Gets a good run on the bottom. Gets right to the back bumper of Ross. This could provide an opportunity for him.
Yeah, Bobby Ross, he looks like the curbing he took there into turn one affected him a lot more than Schwenkler.
Right.
Schwenkler looks like he was really able to use the curbing to help him, while Bobby Ross was just kind of running over it because that was kind of his line. And I mean, I don't know how many adjustments these drivers have been able to make to their setups. I know the setups are provided by Race Pace Setups coming into today's race, but man, I mean, there's maybe it's something in the driving style, the way that the curbing's affected these cars, but Bobby Ross has not liked that turn one curbing. He's able to hang on there on the turn 7 curbing, hit back onto the San Posey straight we go, but looks like he needs to kind of keep it off the curbing there in turn 1.
Yeah, that curbing, depending on which corner you're in, it can help you, but at the same time, it can really affect you. When you're, coming down from high speeds, you're still going relatively quick. Entering turn 1, hitting that curb could really, upset your car and, either get your car loose to the point where you could spin, or it could just, knock you, up a few lanes and potentially into the grass. So that's a little bit of what we saw with Ross. It definitely moved him up a little more than he needed to be. So you got to be careful with how you use that curb in certain corners. If you can master that, you're going to be fast. But I think that was just a slight mistake by Rush. You can see they're doing it again here in turn 6. Roughly 4/10 of the second back is Robert Schwenkler's rerun on the gearbox cam of Bob Ross, doing a good job hanging on to the lead with just 11 laps to go.
Some great stuff here from Bobby Ross, able to open up his advantage at the front of the field over Robert Schwenkler. Schwenkler using that slipstream to try to close in with what he's got, but that advantage for Bobby Ross starting to become more and more stiffened, if you will. Schwenkler can only pull up so much. Actually, he's gaining a lot here through the backside of the course, but on our way up to the uphill corner, Schwenkler's got a huge run. How do I talk about it?
Yeah, we'll see if he can carry that run here to the uphill corner. He's going to maintain it. Actually looking to potentially make a move here. He makes turn 6 stick pretty well. He seemed to be faster there. And we'll see, he kind of backs up this corner. And again, oh yeah, you can see Ross ran a little further wide than Schwenkler did. 10 laps remain. Schwenkler does have a good chance at it here, trying to get the draft down the front straightaway. He's going to maybe take a peek here. And he's going to be able to get another good run here through turns 1 and 2. Again, hogging that curb, using it to his advantage. You can tell he does have the pace. He just needs to wait for the right time.
Yeah, absolutely. He's kind of running out of time, though. Granted, if he can keep it right here with Bobby Ross, he should be okay. But again, the laps tick down. I think, Bobby Ross's defense is going to become more and more aggressive as well. And what does happen at the end of that, front straightaway, I think is the most realistic overtaking opportunity for Robert Schwenkler. What does Bobby Ross do in the fence? And maybe Bobby Ross is, watching his mirror, trying to see what Schwenkler is thinking. Look at him snake down the front straightaway now. Here we go.
Yeah, they are really snaking down, and it's the right point in the race to do it, trying to break that draft. I was just going to say, if I'm Bobby Ross, I'm going to be, mirror driving throughout parts of the track at this point. And you can see, oh yeah, Schwenkler was able to get a good run there into turn 2. And, what he just did on the front straightaway, that's what you got to do at this point. You got to try to break the draft, try to do what you can to keep him behind you, and even got to throw blocks at some point. It's only 8 laps left, which, like we were saying, is not long at this racetrack, so lead can be lost at any point, but you got to do everything you can to make sure you can hold on to that lead, and I bet you he is mirror driving right now.
Absolutely. Schwenkler now, the attacks he's going to pull on Bobby Ross here, they're going to have to be very calculated, and they're going to be commitments here, because Bobby Ross is fully aware of how many laps there are left in this race and fully aware of the situation. He knows that he, has been the dominant driver all day, has led basically every lap today. And Robert Schwenkler trying to play foul to his party. Is he going to be able to do anything here? And will it maybe come at a maybe unexpected time, if you will? Because most of the overtakes happen there in the turn 1, but can it happen on any other part of the course? Maybe does Bobby Ross make or put one wheel off in the wrong position, and Robert Schwenkler has a door open to take that lead? Who knows? But Schwenkler, looks like he's starting to lose touch here. Maybe he's backing off, saving some tire before he makes a real calculated attack here, Bobby Ross.
Kind of noticing, it seems like one of Schwenkler's strong suits is that turn 5 going uphill. He seems to gain time through that corner. Now he's going to be under fire from DiPiero, and you can see them snaking again down the front straightaway. Bobby Ross again trying to break that draft, but actually Schwenkler was able to get a push from DiPiero. Now DiPiero's going to take a look to the inside, try to get second. He's not quite going to make it work that time. So just 7 laps remain here, and again, this is another corner that seems to be Schwenkler's strong suit. As turns 1 and 2, he seems to pick up time through that portion, through these certain portions of the racetrack. And like we were saying, that's the thing about these road course races, is the lead can be lost at any point, but it can also be taken back at any point. So, you know, it's any of the top 3 can win this race. I mean, if Schwenkler and Ross make contact, DiPiero could take advantage. If Ross runs off the track, then Schwenkler can take advantage. I mean, anything can happen from now until the finish.
Absolutely, but I think Ross is either, starting to get really comfortable here, or something amiss with Schwenkler. But as I say that, Schwenkler's really close up here to Bobby Ross, and look, there's a lap vehicle up the road, Chad Rennick, and now James Truitt has entered the mix.
Yeah, James Truitt was able to get up to 4th, and he is coming up now to this battle. He's been able to gain on these guys, and now if something happens between them, he could take advantage. I mean, at this point, it's close. It's any of these guys have a chance at winning this race with how these races can play out here. And we'll see if this lap car affects anything. And coming up on a tough portion of the track to pass. We'll see which line he runs. He's gonna, actually, kind of run the same line that the leaders are running.
Yeah, it's so difficult because, like, you don't want to, let them up too quickly here, and then you start to affect the cars behind. But you don't want to hold anybody up, and he's holding up James Truitt here. Truitt had to get on the brakes there.
Oh.
Whoa,
yeah, it looks
big
like,
curb
and
hop.
you can see, big wheel hop for Bob Ross.
Oh,
actually, they're heading to pit road. They're not going to be able to make it.
Well, what about that unexpected twist? Here comes the 2 leaders. And you know what? They stayed out under that safety car. What about people who pitted under that safety car?
You gotta wonder if any of these guys can make it to the finish. I'm not sure if anybody did pit under the last safety car, to be honest with you. So you gotta wonder if any of these guys can make it.
It'll be interesting to see. We gotta watch the race off pit lane here. And look at that. Schwenkler gets, going first, but that's just kind of where his box was. He'll be racing on the pit exit.
He's gonna try to get advantage, try to see if he can catch up to Bob Ross and take this opportunity. 5 laps remain, coming to 4 to go for DiPiero, but the question is, can DiPiero make it?
I highly doubt it if they've already come in now, but how close are they? Was he maybe able to save? Was that why he lost a lot of time? Who knows? And also, if he can stay out here, if he does have to pit, he has to take less fuel, because
right.
It's such a difficult balance.
The thing is, if he can't make it, then the next question is, can Truitt make it? If he can't make it, then the next question is, can Howard make it? It keeps going until somebody eventually makes it. So really, it's turned into more of an open battle, I would say. I mean, some of these guys that we haven't seen up at the front throughout the race, if they've saved fuel, then these leaders may be out of luck.
Absolutely. On that start, maybe the drivers who pulled away, how about Jimmy Howard, who was up here? He lost a little bit of touch early. Was he saving fuel? Because we're coming around to 3 laps to go. That's not impossible to save 3 laps. And now maybe in that amount of time. But it's doable. It definitely is doable. I don't know how likely it is. And we'll have to see, does anybody have the magic fuel saving touch? Looks like DiPiero's coming in now.
Oh,
no,
not quite.
He fakes it. James Truitt's going by. I think DiPiero's saving.
I think DiPiero, I think he is. Either that or he's starting to run out now, because I think he's running out. He is really slow.
Oh, he's gonna go
and there he
around.
goes for a spin. Oh man, he's gonna have to really lock down that car and get it back going. James Truitt gonna take the lead. Howard can move into second. Finko now in third. Question is, can Truett make it? Because I don't know, maybe DiPiero wasn't running out of fuel, but I definitely think he was saving. He just misjudged the entry of turn 1. Man, it's now in the hands of James Truett.
What an unprecedented turn of events here at the Lime Rock Park here in Connecticut. Coming around with 2 laps to go, James Truett is the current race leader. Does he have the fuel? Does the fuel live on for about another 3 miles? Coming off of turn number 7, James Truett, 2 laps to go. He's staying out.
Staying out once again. He's going to try to get to the end, but here comes Howitt closing in from about a second back. Does he have a chance, or does Fenko from 5 seconds back have a chance? I mean, these two could run out of fuel. He could steal this one here. We're just going to have to find out. Just 2 laps remain here from Lime Rock Park. Howitt is definitely closing in.
And you know what? It's not... Now that I think about it, you can really save fuel by putting it in a higher gear if you can keep your speed up, especially if you're in a group of cars drafting. You can keep it in a higher gear and try to save some fuel. And I think that's what these boys have ended up doing. But, I mean, if they can make it, or if they're going to try to make it, we'll find out here, because this is going to be their last opportunity to pit coming up in a few seconds.
Yeah, this will be their last chance. At this point, if they don't pit, it's all or nothing. Coming down to the white flag. They do have a lap car, but hopefully that's Chandler. Hopefully he stays out and gets out of the way here. Truett is going to stay out, but Howitt is closing. It's going to be a dogfight here to the finish. White flag.
Final lap at Lime Rock Park. The drivers playing the fuel game perfectly, or do they? They still got to make it back around to the start-finish line. But Jimmy Howitt, 10th in the points. James Truett there in the points as well. Truett a little wide there in turn 3. Does Howitt have any last hurrahs here on the final lap from Lime Rock Park?
Here they come, coming to turn number 5. A tough portion of the racetrack, but it's also a place where you can make up ground. This might be James Howitt's opportunity. He's got to get a good run here, coming up the hill and down the back straightaway for the final time, just 0.3 of a second back.
Through turn 6 for the final time, Jimmy Howitt, he's going to go off track. He tried as he might. Now does the fuel live on? Coming off of turn number 7, back onto the Sam Posey straight for the final time. James Truett is going to win here at Lime Rock Park.
Great job by James Truett stealing the win there after the leaders ran out of fuel. And you know what? He goes from barely missing an incident with Adam Thompson to winning the race. Great job for James Truett.
What a phenomenal job from James Truett. And just wow, wow, wow is all that I can say, because that was something. Once again, James Truett wins here at Lime Rock Park, working along the backside of the course here. We're going to get his interviews on the other side of our post-race break, so don't you miss it. But we'll be right back with post-race coverage here of the Cross Series League Racing action here from Lime Rock Park, and get the drivers' final thoughts here as Truett kind of lets... Oh, is he out of fuel? Oh, no, I think he's out of fuel.
He might be. I think the fuel barely held on, but now it's running out.
Oh, man. Well, that is gonna... We'll be right back with the post-race coverage here from the Cross Series League Racing action here from Lime Rock Park. It was a phenomenal finish, and we're going to break it down on the other side. Don't you go away.
Sound Art is a product that is a speaker and it's art. We combine it together and we call it Sound Art. What makes it so unique that any picture can be your speaker? Sound Art gives you the high quality sound without the ugly speaker. This isn't a picture with a speaker, the picture is the speaker. Just imagine your wedding picture uploaded onto a canvas and now it's speaking 10,000 tunes. I mean, it's a very cool concept. What we like so much about it that you can take anything that means something very special to you, upload it on the canvas, have it hanging up in your room, your balcony, wherever you want to put it, and now it's a speaker. I mean, how cool is that? It's something that we have that and no one has. No one has this product. It's just a great gift to give anybody. It's just a neat concept. Around here we say, art never sounded so good.
After months of quarantine, we're all interested in how we can become our best self. The team at Permanent Makeup and Cryo is here to help you get the flawless makeup look every day without the extra effort or time. When it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy.
Welcome, race fans, back to PitStop TV, now into post coverage here of the Cross Series League Racing action from Lime Rock Park, and it was a phenomenal race with a crazy ending. Somehow, someway, it was James Truitt, the driver, on the top step of the podium. James, how did you make the fuel live?
Oh man, that was, I have no idea. That was crazy. Last place to first place.
That is an incredible feat in its own. Take us through your day. I mean, the two safety cars. Oh my goodness, that first incident with Adam Thompson coming across the track. What's going through your mind?
Oh, I for sure thought that was race over right there. And then, you know, I saw the guys go in front of me, so I said, screw it, let's see what happens. Let's gamble a little bit. And then, what, 2 laps later, exact same incident happens in front of me again. Just try to keep my head down.
A cat with 9 lives. So it seemed, was it that second safety car that helped you get the dub today?
Yeah, I think so. That really ended up bunching everybody together, and that was just enough for me to kind of grab the draft of Jerry and keep me pulled in enough to wait till everybody else pitted and threw me into the lead.
There you go, man. Phenomenal job today. Next week we're at Summit Point. How do you feel about it?
Iffy. Gonna have to get some practice in. Hopefully I can carry this momentum into the next one. Hopefully you get at least a top 5. Hopefully another podium.
Right on. Who do you have to shout out? Who do you have to thank for the amazing strategy, the amazing call, the amazing drive you had today here at Lime Rock Park to get the win? Who do you got to shout out?
Man, shout out to the mother. You know, wouldn't be here without her. Wouldn't be able to be doing this awesome broadcast, awesome racing with all these awesome guys without my wonderful mother on this beautiful day.
Absolutely, it is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to your mother and all the mothers who are watching across all the platforms here at PitStop TV. Once again, James Truitt, phenomenal, entertaining drive from you. Congratulations. Enjoy it, brother. And then we'll see you back here 1 week time at Summit Point, yeah?
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Absolutely. Race winner, James Truitt, and the job that he did today. Next up, we have second place finisher Jimmy Howard standing by with our Hayes booth. Hayes?
Alright, I'm here with Jimmy Howard. Jimmy, you got a copy, man?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm pretty well, thank you for asking. So you were able to bring home a second place finish here tonight. Came up just short to James Truitt, but what do you think you needed to do there on the last lap to get the win?
Probably needed to send it a little bit better into the last 2 turns, but I was having problems with my old tires at that point. But then again, the pit strategy is what got me second place, so I can't complain too much.
Yeah, for sure. So, and we saw a lot of guys, having trouble with the handling of the car, but how would you say it handled for you?
Well, we did practices all week, and for the first 2 to 3 laps, when you get new tires, it's pretty much like driving on ice. So I got used to it, and we tried to warn everybody else about it, but some people didn't get the message.
Yeah,
and that's what you saw.
Yeah, so next week we head to the second and final race with the Miatas at Summit Point Raceway. So, what are your expectations going to be heading into next week?
Probably gonna practice a bit and hope for another top 5.
That's what I like to hear, man. So, do you have anybody you want to thank for the second place finish here tonight?
Yeah, Lucas for heading into the pits in front of me and giving me the idea.
All right.
Thanks, Lucas. Finko, the next guy getting interviewed.
All right, man. Well, thank you for your time here. Congratulations on the second place finish, man. We'll see you next week.
Yep. Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. All right, we'll head back up to Emerson with Lucas Finko.
Yeah, again, a phenomenal job that Jimmy Howard there did to get second. But Lucas Finko, man, kind of all the way up there, but somehow you end up on the third step on the podium, man. How'd you get it done?
It had to be the pit. The three of us were talking. Our jaws just hit the floor when the guys didn't pit. Like, how could they not pit in the middle of the race with a fuel-limited race? It didn't make any sense to us. So that, at that point, I said, "Look, I'm in net lead of the race right now. These guys have to pit." So it's just unbelievable.
Right on. And then, how close were you on fuel mileage? What was, I guess, the game plan to make sure you had the fuel to make it there to see the end of lap 40?
Yeah, I had a little bit extra fuel. The big thing for me is I didn't take tires. I didn't adjust my tire strategy. So I was on old tires, and that's why I didn't put up a big fight with Jimmy and James. Otherwise, I would have put up a fight probably, but I just didn't have the grip to battle with them. And then, in turn 1, it's all about that inside line. So, once I give them the inside line, they get it. So, yeah, I wish I would have changed the tires, and then I would have been in the same spot with fresh tires, and we would have had an awesome battle for the lead. So that was kind of disappointing for me.
Well, you were able to get a podium. I would assume this is some nice momentum heading into next week at Summit Point. How are you feeling about Summit Point in these cars?
Yeah, I like Summit Point. It's not my favorite track, but I love racing in these Miatas. I think you guys too. I don't know. I'll have to watch the broadcast, but what an amazing race. I mean, so much close racing, so many passes, so much drama. I really love these Mazdas. I wish we could do many more with these. So really looking forward to another Mazda race. It's going to be super exciting.
Absolutely. All right, man. Who do you have to shout out? Who do you have to thank for the third place finish here tonight at Lime Rock?
Hey, thanks to all the sponsors. I mean, they make this happen. I always shout out to Adam for organizing. This is a great league with great drivers, and we have a lot of fun. So thanks to the sponsors, thanks to Adam. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Absolutely. Once again, congratulations, Lucas, on a phenomenal drive, the third place finish. Best of luck to you next week, driver.
Thanks, buddy.
And that was our third place finisher, Lucas Finko. And yeah, let's see how the rest of them came down to the line, shall we, Hayes? And we start off here with the first page of the results. And of course, it is James Truitt with the win. Look at that. 4 laps led. Bobby Ross led most of this race, but it was James Truitt there at the end. He only led 4 laps, trying to fend off Jimmy Howard for second, Lucas Finko third, Mitch Heller fourth, Robert Schwenkler fifth. Hayes?
Here in sixth, we have Bobby Ross in the number 33. Like you said, led, the most laps, but just unfortunately fuel strategy came down to bite him, and he ended up finishing in sixth. In seventh, here we have Gary Annis, and the last car on the lead lap, first car 1 lap down. In eighth, we have Jerry DiPiero, another guy we saw up there running inside the top 3 throughout most of the race, finishing in eighth. And in ninth, we have Scott Benavidez finishing in ninth in the 82 machine. And 2 laps down, rounding out the top 10, we have Danny Chandler in the number 13.
On to the next page of the results here. Mike Sorum will come home 11th, a couple laps down. Jaden Darling shouting out Happy Mother's Day to Sue. He'll come home in 12th position. Chet Dorenick 13th, 3 down. Taylor Coates 14th, 3 down. Adam Thompson, some troubles here today. He'll come home 15th, 9 laps down. And Robbie Larrill will round out the field in 16th there. Several laps down. Of course, we already gave a lot of shout outs to the Cross Series League Racing partners here today, but we gotta show some love to our PitStop TV partners like Tucson Sound Art. Your picture, your music. Use promo code PitStop TV at checkout for 10% off of your wall-mounted sound art device. By Race Pace. Pick up pace with Race Pace, a community-driven setup shop and driver development program. By Permanent Makeup in Maine. You deserve the best care that money can buy. By Whiplash Media, the official graphic and camera provider of PitStop TV. And by BAM Racing Videos, by a race fan for the racing community. And well, that's going to conclude our coverage tonight of the Cross Series League Racing action from Lime Rock Park. Thanks to you for tuning in and joining us for tonight's broadcast. And we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. The channel stays active weekly. You can catch a variety of racing throughout the coming days. Tomorrow evening, the BRP iRacing Series storms into Knoxville for the Pro Dirt late model action, and we double down on our Monday motorsport coverage with Pacific Challenge Porsche Cup race number 2 at Oran Park. Nort coverage continues Tuesday evening at the Monster Mile, and more BRP action on Wednesday with Tour Mods at USA. LTAX action continues Friday night at Indianapolis before rounding us back to next Sunday night where Cross Series League Racing returns to action in 1 week's time, back with the global MX-5 Mazda Miatas at Summit Point at 8 p.m. Eastern. Make sure to follow us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/PitStopTV, on Twitter at PitStopTV_, on Instagram at pit_stop_TV, on Twitch at www.twitch.tv/pit_stop_TV, and on YouTube at www.youtube.com/PitStopTV1. For all of us at PitStop TV, Hayes Booth with me on the mic, Trey Shuttlesworth on social media coverage, I'm Emerson Arden. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.
Sound Art is a product that is a speaker and it's art. We combine it together and we call it Sound Art. What makes it so unique that any picture can be your speaker? Sound Art gives you the high quality sound without the ugly speaker. This isn't a picture with a speaker, the picture is the speaker. Just imagine your wedding picture uploaded onto a canvas and now it's speaking 10,000 tunes. I mean, it's a very cool concept. What we like so much about it that you can take anything that means something very special to you, upload it on the canvas, have it hanging up in your room, your balcony, wherever you want to put it, and now it's a speaker. I mean, how cool is that? It's something that we have that and no one has. No one has this product. It's just a great gift to give anybody. It's just a neat concept. Around here we say, art never sounded so good.
After months of quarantine, we're all interested in how we can become our best self. The team at Permanent Makeup and Cryo is here to help you get the flawless makeup look every day without the extra effort or time. When it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy.
Sound Art introduces an entirely new way to listen to music in your home. By combining the best of two products, a revolutionary high-fidelity, low-profile Bluetooth wireless speaker with beautiful artwork. Select from a library of artwork or upload your own photos to personalize your experience. Sound Art ushers in an era of invisible, beautiful, and amazing sound throughout your home and redefines your entire entertainment system. The need to reclaim your floor space and rid your home of unsightly speaker boxes that need to be bolted to the wall is now a thing of the past. Our canvas is printed on high-quality permalite by Breathing Color. And select from our gallery or upload your own. Standard sizes include 16 by 20 and 18 by 24 canvas wrapped. Custom sizing is available, as well as surround sound options.